Are you looking for over 1 acre of land near the World Equestrian Center with no HOA and no CDD? Let's check out this Florida gem. If you want properties like this sent directly to you via email or text and you're not ready for a phone call yet, in the description, I got a VIP list, a buyer intake form. Fill out your criteria, just put your email, and I'll get properties sent to you like this as soon as possible. Today we got a 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom home, $370,000 sitting on 1.116 acre lot. We got no HOA, no CDD, brand new construction, an amazing builder. I've seen some of their other work in the area. I just left one of their 500K houses, magnificent. But let's take a look at this one and let me know what you think. My name is Joe Denny. I'm a Florida realtor and mortgage broker as well, so I can help you with the financing and or help you with the real estate. I've been doing this for 5 to 6, maybe 7 years at this point. Help hundreds of families buy or sell real estate throughout Florida. And if this is your first time on this channel, consider subscribing to this channel right now. We're over 1,000 subscribers. We're trying to get to 2,000 subscribers. So, subscribe now, drop a like, drop a comment, share this video with someone who's looking to make a move somewhere in Florida. Today we're in Ocala. We're in the Rolling Hills section of Ocala. We're in the Shore sometimes, the Fort King district. We got Marion Oaks videos. Today we're in Rolling Hills. Got a client that's looking in this area. So before the appointment, I decided to make some videos. And I'm also going to send the client this video as well of like this amazing home that they wanted to kind of look at something similar to this. But if you see any value in this type of content, subscribe to the channel and let's go on with the home tour. Also, if you're looking to get into real estate or into the mortgage business in Florida, reach out to me. Have several openings in different departments in our real estate side, mortgage side as well. So when you first walk into the property in this foyer right over here, they have some accent panels right over here that give the, nice little pop right when you walk in. You're gonna have access to 2 of the bedrooms right over here, and you're gonna have access to 1 of the bathrooms over here. Your laundry room is gonna be right through here, which is gonna have access to your garage. So the first bedroom, when you walk in and go to the left, actually faces north, which is the front of the property. So this property faces north. If that's important to you, I know some clients in the past have said to me, I need to buy a house, but it has to face a specific direction. So this one's facing north, and this first bedroom is gonna have that window looking right outside where you can see your front yard and the driveway as well. We're working with 2 bathrooms total and 3 bedrooms. This is bathroom number 1. The other bathroom is gonna be inside of the master bedroom. So you have nice colors in here, pretty nice sized bathroom. This is where I was earlier in the video, right by the entrance, where I was talking about like that panel here. This can give you kind of some inspiration, have some light fixtures, have some hooks right over here. This will give it a nice little pop. You can get an interior designer to do this, and if you don't got someone, I'll find someone for you with great reviews. This is bedroom number 2 out of 3, which is right next to the bathroom, which is right across from the hallway, like when you first walk into the property. What's cool about this floor plan is that your master bedroom is gonna have maximum amount of privacy because it's gonna be on the other side of the property, all the way at the end, past the kitchen and the dining room and the living room area. Then right down this nice long hallway, you're gonna have access to your kitchen, living room, and your dining area right over there. And you're gonna have a covered lanai right over there. It's not screened in, but it's kind of covered. All you gotta do is screen it in. At $370,000, the down payment with an FHA loan, let's say, is right around $13,000. When you're buying a property like this, you have to factor in down payment and closing costs as well. A good rule of thumb for closing costs is estimate anywhere between 3 to 5% of the purchase price. But the good news is with builders like these, they're super motivated to get someone like you into these properties, so they have all sorts of incentives. Some of these builders are doing $5,000 in closing costs, $10,000, and right down the street, $15,000 in closing costs to help you with rate buy down or just go all towards your closing costs. They're super motivated to get you into these homes. This is your other view of your kitchen. Very unique light fixtures. Give it a pop. I'm loving the colors throughout this house. A lot of these builders also have great incentives with appliances. So some of them will give you the washer and dryer, and some of them will give you the refrigerator. Some of them will give you the window blinds as well. So different builders have different packages, and sometimes depending on how long they've been on the market, they add more value to the listings by including those things as well. And we're in your future living room. Now, there's many ways to get in contact with builders and construction companies and different opportunities for new construction. You can go online and Google, and what's gonna happen is you go on Google and you type in Ocala real estate. Well, the builders with the biggest marketing dollars are gonna be presented first because that's the way Google works. They sell ads, and Facebook sells ads, and YouTube sells ads. Every different platform that's free to the consumer, it's free because somebody's paying for it on the back end. So you start Googling homes in Ocala, and what's gonna happen is Google's gonna be super biased and give you the first few results that are the ones that are paying the most amount of money monthly to be in front of you. Whereas if you reach out to somebody like me, right, who works with all the different builders, I'm able to figure out what your criteria is, what your goals are, and I could put a list together, a custom list of what all the different builders are offering. And these builders know what the competition is offering. So if they know that we're talking to other builders, they might put their best deal forward right away at the beginning. And I'll keep them on their toes. I'll kind of say like, all right, so we're going to check you out, but then we're also going to check out so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so. And they've already heard that over and over and over again, and they're ready to get a deal done. So they'll put their best deal forward right away. So don't go on Google, don't go on Zillow, Realtor.com, all those public facing websites, and start typing things like Ocala homes for sale. Just reach out to somebody like me and I'll send you a custom list directly to you for those properties and we can get to work. All right, we're in your dining area right over here. And I see a huge spider right over there. So to actually buy a home, you actually don't even have to be here. Multiple clients, multiple scenarios where they've bought the homes completely remotely. It'd be better if you actually do fly down and check some properties out. But clients who don't want to fly out or can't fly out, I'll just make them a video walkthrough throughout the property. Kind of like I'm doing in this video. You'll see like a walkthrough throughout the home. And sometimes if I have the drone on me, you get some aerial footage as well. So the good news is the process of buying a home in Florida can be done completely remotely. It would be nice for you to come down though and actually see some of these properties in person so you can kind of get an idea or a feel of like what's what. For example, I had a client recently that when they saw these photos online of these properties, they were at a certain price point. And then when they were inside of the square footage of what that price point offered, they kind of felt like it was too tight. So they did have more wiggle room on their max budget. But the most important thing is we didn't just raise the budget or add the areas. We had a minimum square footage to work with now because they saw 6-7 houses of a certain square foot and they were like, okay, I don't like the way that this feels, but it looked amazing online. It kind of looked like it was like, you know, a certain size or whatever, but it took them coming down and being in the space with furniture in some of the houses, some of them being empty. It took them being here to actually say to themselves, no, I think we actually need to be at this minimum square footage. And now the list they're getting is tailored to the new updated criteria. They have another trip planned to come down again to see some more properties, but they're ready to put an offer once they find the right one. And when I say offer, that doesn't mean you have to offer the listing price on these properties. Some of these builders will tell me, hey, we're playing with $10,000 to $15,000 in closing costs, right? Some of the reps. And then they'll say, bring me an offer. It's priced here, but bring me an offer. And that's crazy because it's kind of like not writing like a blank check, but kind of saying like, all right, so let's see what they'll take. I want the $15,000 in concessions and closing costs, and I want $10K off the price. Some of them are pretty flexible right now when it comes to their offers and what they're accepting. Now, the bad news is if the builder has future projects that they have lined up or they're going to build, you're not going to get the best deal on the front end for those properties. And the reason why is because they have to maintain certain price points and price per square foot and comps for their future sales. So taking $10,000 off of this house versus giving it to you on the back end via closing costs is going to hurt them tremendously because they don't want the public sale of the property to go $10,000 less. They rather give it to you on the back end as a concession. That way they can still sell the next one for the same price or probably $5,000, $10,000 more, because these builders are for profit, most of them. So what they want to do is they want to keep raising their prices slightly. But don't get discouraged. If you're actually looking for a deal, if you tell me, all right, all these homes look beautiful, but I want the lowest monthly payment. They even have incentives on the interest rates. Just yesterday, well, depending on when you're watching this video, but not too long ago, 3.99% rate. Right now, the market rates are in the 6 to 7s, and a builder just told me yesterday, hey, we're so motivated, we're gonna give you all your closing costs paid. Plus, with our preferred lender, we're gonna get your rate at 3.99%. Now, there's minimum credit qualifications, income, blah, 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 blah. And if you want more information on that, send me a message and I'll give you all that information. But 3.99% rate, that's amazing. That's opening your buying power to a higher purchase price, and the monthly payment will be the same as something else with like a 6 or 7%. So right now, depending on where you're looking, I don't think it's the right time to buy any resale property in the 6 or 7% versus buying these new constructions that's 3.99, 4.99, 5.5, all these crazy deals that these builders are doing. And if you're a first-time home buyer, we've got programs. I just closed on one on Tuesday where we had a combination of a down payment assistance program. That one was called Rosebud. We got some seller concessions, about $8,000 to $9,000. So at closing, the buyer's total out of pocket was about $2,600. They moved into their home, right? First time home buyer, for less than like $3,000 out of pocket. You go and try to find a rental nowadays and it's first, last, and security, you're probably gonna spend $3,000 or more, depending on where you buy it. And coming soon in a few weeks is coming back actually is Florida Hometown Heroes program. About $100 million budget, up to 5%, up to $35,000 towards your down payment and closing costs with this program. And the funds are limited with that program. Done a few deals last year with that. So every year around this time, around the June, July timeframe, that program comes back and it's super popular. First come, first serve. And what happens is, in the few that I've done, we were able to get one where the program gave the 5%, and we asked the seller for some of the other money, and boom, the total out of pocket for the buyer was very minimal. Now, let's say you found the right home, you got your financing lined up, and we submit an offer on the property. One of the things you want to really focus on is getting your home inspected. Even though these homes are brand new, they're man-made, there could still be some issues. And yeah, a lot of these builders offer great warranties. But why not try to spot the issues before you move in? So with some of the experiences that I've had previously, got a lot of different home inspections. Not one home, 600K, 700K, $1 million home, brand new homes have come back with super clean inspection reports. There's always a lot of tiny little things. But whether it's a new construction or even a resale home, the main thing you want to focus on is the 4 main points of the home. Roof, plumbing, electrical, HVAC. What happens is in Florida, and in a lot of places, insurance, can be hard to get if the property is not insurable. So like if you're buying a resale home and the roof doesn't have, let's say, 5 years left, not a lot of insurance companies are going to want to insure you. Or if they are, they're going to charge you like double or triple the premium, which means your monthly payments are going to go up. With somebody like me, the first thing I do on day one of our contract is I'm already shopping for insurance options. Just got one recently on a new construction where it was like $600 for the whole year because of where the home was located. Really cheap insurance option where we were quoting him a little bit higher every month. And then when that cheaper insurance popped in, his payments got lowered. And what happens is the people that I, use for insurance, it's an insurance broker, and you don't have to use the people that I recommend, but we're going to shop for a quote for you while you look for one as well to see if you can bundle something with your car insurance and stuff. But the broker that I work with shops 20 carriers at once to find some of the best deals. And sometimes they'll bring 2 to 3 options to you and kind of tell you, okay, these are the options, these are the coverages, what do you think? So that wraps up this video. Thanks for staying until the end. What I'll do is I'll put the drone in the air so you can kind of get an aerial view of like everything around me. By the way, that spider is still right there. It's freaking me out. So what I'll do is I'll put the drone in the air. If you found any value in this video, or if you want someone like me to help you buy or sell your home somewhere in Florida, or even if you need help with the financing and you want to stick with your realtor, I work with so many different realtors, whether they're working with me on the real estate side, on the mortgage side. I'm super flexible. Would love to make new connections with different realtors as well. Just reach out to me, 407-759-5677. In the description, you'll see my calendar link, my phone number, my email. But more importantly, if you're not ready for a phone call, because most of these clients are just doing, or most of you are just doing your research now. You're watching these videos, you're doing these Google searches because you kind of want to see what's out there. Don't call me. Just put your information in the VIP list and we'll just go have a text message thread back and forth. I got clients now that I haven't talked to on the phone yet, and we've been texting for months. So I don't even know what their voice sounds like. They know what I sound like because they found me on the YouTube, but I like to cater to different clients and meet them where they want to be met. So if you're not ready for those phone calls, let's just do the texting. If you're not ready for texting, we'll do the email. I got certain clients now that we only email because they get so many text messages. They don't want to be bombarded. They're like, I only communicate via email. And I'm perfectly fine with that. Just reach out. That way I can start helping you. And just somewhere on the video, you're going to see the playlist for the next property in Ocala after the drone. So watch that and let's check out some more properties in Ocala. Peace.